Kick back the spot in the door, 250. It was actually 260, but hey, here we go. Woo! Let's get to it. Cause this DJ be Warren G. My life, yeah. So let's get to it, man. Let's get into this Warren G situation with Snoop. Not Snoop, but Suge. Suge gets to a point sometimes he gets angry at people and he hear people say stuff and then he just, because he mad at them, he just start talking. Now, they was on some bull with Warren G trying to punk him and all this stuff, and Warren ain't did nothing wrong to these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all love with Warren G. But Warren brought the guys to death row. To be honest. Look, Dre would have never done nothing with Snoop if he didn't hear what his brother had brought him when they had the group 213. 213 was Nate Dogg, Snoop, and Warren G. That was 213. Now, the main problem was you got Daz and Corrupt that came along later. But Dre, when they first got Death Row, Suge, no, he didn't start Death Row based on Snoop Dogg. He ain't say, man, I want this Snoop guy. Snoop was a guy that was hanging around. You know what I'm saying? Dre and them had brought him around. He was hanging around Easy now, getting high and hanging out with Warren G, hoping that, he can get on with them. You know what I'm saying? So they was cool with people like Ren, cause Ren was on his blue thing, and they was with the blue thing too. So they was cool with Ren, and they liked Easy. But Dre was the one that was the brother of Warren G. So they was, hey, Warren, your brother, and man, you can get us hooked up with NWA. They all good. They just want to get in. They hungry. So they broke. Bunch of broke young dudes. So Warren G brought those dudes around to Dre. So when Suge was like, man, we should go and shake the spot, Dre. He was there for Dre, DLC, Miss LA. And they leaving. They was trying to take Ren too. Ren said he's staying. Because Ren like, look, man, I ain't going. Because Dre's like, man, I'm gone. He called in the middle of the night and told him, man, I'm gone. I'm out. Man, you need to leave too. Ren was like, man, I'm good. So now that everybody jumped ship, y'all all know that story already. But he was looking for them. There wasn't no Snoop Dogg. So his whole thing was building this around Dre. So Dre album is coming out. He was working with Snoop. So the whole time, Snoop was the resurgence of Dr. Dre. Dre needed somebody who could rap. Ren didn't come with him. So him working with Snoop, with Warren, and all that, he was like, yeah, this the guy. So Snoop started getting close to him. So Warren brought them in, brought Daz and Corrupt and all them. So when they did the deep cover, that was one of the first things they worked on. And Dre wasn't even finished, but they had to hurry up and get it out because it was a movie soundtrack. So the movie's coming out at this time, so the soundtrack has got to be done. And this was gonna be the money that was gonna prove them bankrolling to get Death Row really in position to be what it is, because that's not even on Death Row Records. Uh, Deep Cover. Now, if you start thinking about the bigger picture and the bigger scenario, and don't forget to hit the like button, good people. Don't forget to hit the super chat. Don't forget to subscribe to the page, like, share, subscribe, all those wonderful things. YouTube love it when you guys are super chatting and hit the super thanks. That way we can continue to keep giving you guys more. And you liking the videos, they can keep requesting to share it. They have no excuse but to let it fly at that point. Now, let's get to the giddy up. Now, the giddy up is this. While all this is going down, Warren G is sitting there, right? And everybody's like, well, what's going on with Warren? Warren is seeing them form Death Row. Death Row get kicked off with Dr. Dre and all these guys. And I told y'all this in the past, but here's a reminder for those who just wasn't around and missed all those great videos from the truth behind hip hop beefs and all that stuff. DJ Yella used to be the guy that helped Dr. Dre find the records. So Yella be the guy that helped Dre find the tracks. Like, Dre, this is the beat you looking for. I got them records. So Dre be listening to the records. Dre need those type of guys who got other ears besides him. He knows sounds and records and how to put them together, but he needs somebody who can get that collective sound that he looking for. And with Yella gone, when Yella ain't around to do it, he needed that person to be that muse, and that was his brother, Warren G. Now, Warren was producing tracks the same time as Dre was. He just never got the notoriety of it, but that's what he was doing. He was working on the ones and twos, and that's what he was doing, producing the tracks over there for Nate Dogg and Snoop. But they just looked at him like, oh, well, he low budget. Like, he just local. But they didn't realize that, they should have, that Warren be working. And he was thinking, okay, now we finna get this Death Row thing going. Like, Death Row is blowing up. They finna come up. They got the real record label. He hanging out with Snoop. The Deep Cover thing hit. Then Nothing But a G thing come out. It's on fire. The tracks they coming up with. And it basically was a remake of the Parliament album. And The Chronic was it. The biggest thing going. And Warren G was like, yeah. Then they getting ready to hit the tour. Everybody got Death Row jackets with their name on it. And it was almost like above the rim, Ain't get no jacket. Everybody got a jacket except for him. So these dudes didn't get a jacket. He didn't not only get to not go on tour and get on the bus, he didn't have a jacket. He went home and cried, man. He went back to his sister's house, whatever, and he just cried, man. Like, he couldn't believe they did him like that. No jacket, no nothing. Like, you ain't Death Row. You just Dr. Dre brother. So he went to work. He's just like, all right, I'm going to go to work. Nobody believe I'm who I am, so I'm going to have to step away and do me. So Nate, who was already cool with him and did everything, Snoop is not on the album, because, the Suge situation. Everybody was trying to sneak and do stuff over there on Warren album when Warren G got a deal, and they didn't know anything until Regulate came out, and it got Nate Dogg on it. So once again, Suge is mad. So he went over there to check Leor and Russ and made sure they come to an understanding that his artist couldn't be on there. And Warren G was looked at as a traitor, even though they didn't try to include this man into nothing. So how can he be a traitor if y'all didn't include him in anything? It's like, man, y'all didn't include him in nothing. So how could this man be a traitor? You know, that's kind of messed up. Somebody gonna say you're a traitor and they never included you in nothing. But now you done got a hit album that sold over 2 million records. I think right now it's probably almost at 3. Like 3.5 million records sold, probably more than that. Regulate was double platinum by itself at that time. And Dr. Dre, now he wants to really be, out there, standing next to Warren G. Like, man, I ain't know my little brother had this in him. I'd have been standing up there next to him. I ain't know he had all this in him. I'd have signed him to death row. But he didn't. He signed Snoop, he signed Nate, didn't sign his own brother. Now, Suge's thing is that his artist that was on death row, like Corrupt and them, they over there writing for Warren G. Snoop and all them, they writing for him. My artist's over there writing the songs, and he performing them, and he talking about he gonna bail Pac out. How you gonna bail Pac out? You broke. You ain't in no position to bail out Pac. Now, unlike a lot of the artists on death row, Def Jam was paying Warren G. Warren G had a lot of money, not even based on his album deal. He was the total West Coast resurgent in Def Jam. They hired Warren G to do everything for everybody's album on Def Jam. Slick Rick came out with his album and Behind Bars, and Warren G put a West Coast sound to it. A-dee-da-dee-day. This type of thing happens every day. And everybody's like, oh, that's smooth. Warren G just put his little thing to it, and man, oh man, Slick Rick was pissed. Oh, he was really pissed. Man, they messed up my album. He Behind Bars, he's mad as hell. Don't touch my album. My album is... Man, look, Warren G make Warren G album sound like Warren G, man. I don't want a Slick Rick album sounding like Warren G, I reckon. No diss to Warren G, but that ain't me. So, yeah, he was mad. And look, Def Jam was like, look, we trying to make money, homie. Now, Suge said there was no way Warren G could bail out Pac. That's not true. Warren G was making money with Def Jam because he had a different type of deal with them. So he was making money. He probably had more money than Snoop, to be honest. Warren G Def Jam contract was paying him. So he was good. He was going on tour. He was signing his artists. He putting his artists on, producing their albums. He had the 5-footers. He had the twins. Man, he was putting up his own little thing, and he's doing his tours, and they doing their shows. So Nate knew what he was doing. That's why he was like, man, I really want to go with Warren G right now, what Warren got going on. Because over here it's kind of funky. So they was all good after that. Suge got his money from there, and it was all love. Now, the only time a problem ensued when is what he talking about with Pac. Pac already had a relationship with Warren G before Snoop and them was even in the picture. Before 213 was even getting off the ground. Tupac's whole second album that he was getting there that was gonna be called Thug Style. That album that was coming out with that was coming. You talking about Tupac ain't even F with you, man. That is definitely not true. That's how Suge feel, but no, Tupac and Warren G was tight because Warren G produced about 4, 5 songs. I gotta get mine, you gotta get yours. With one, like with MC Breed, you can look it up. Warren G is on there. He produced that record. You ain't got to lie to kick it. He did that song. He did Definition of a Thug. He did so many. He did about 5, 6 songs with Pac. I'm like, what is he talking about? When Pac came home from jail, he was trying to get Warren G to come down there. But that's when y'all snatched his chain and tried to jump him up in there, and he didn't know what was going on. When y'all called him up in the office, trying to run a play on him, and then C-Style was like, yo, why y'all tripping on the man Warren? So Warren got up out of there and dipped and got to his truck and got up out of there. So when he got up out of there, that was it. Then Wrong G came in there and was like, if my nephew don't get his thing back, I'm gonna blow this place up. And Wrong G was his manager. Wrong G didn't play. He was straight. Wrong G was straight about that business. He always handled the business. Yeah, well, people got to understand that. No, no, no. Well, it goes like this, people. When Suge made that statement, he didn't think things through. Because after he had it, well, Snoop got his chain. Like, dog, you can come to the studio and get your chain back. Come down here and get it. I got it. It's good. Come get your chain, man. And because they tripped on Warren for no reason. And now, because they didn't did all that, it ruined the whole thing, but it was because Dre left while all this went down. So Dr. Dre shook the spot. So when that happened, that's why everything went a different way. Suge didn't really rock with a lot of them dudes. So when you start looking at, like they say, think big picture. All right, well, we thinking big picture. Suge didn't really rock with those dudes. A lot of those guys, unless you making money, he didn't care if you was blue, green, red, or whatever. Bring that money in, we ain't got no problems. So it is what it is. Now, what I got a problem with in this situation is if you start telling these stories from your point of view, because you don't like Warren G, because he ain't come back around no more, and you the one ran him off, and you ran away a producer who could have helped steer the ship. And so you brought in Quick. That's when you brought in DJ Quick, and Quick started helping out. And Quick got there and started doing what he was doing. And y'all brought in Quick, and he engineered the album because Dre was gone. First it was him and Dre there, and then they working. And next thing you know, Dre is gone. He just dips. Like, oh, some more things just happened. Oh yeah, I'm out of here. So when Dre just shook up and left the spot like he did and just dipped, and then talking about he out, and that was that. Like, I'm up out of here. They had just filmed the California Love video. Everything seemed like it was going good. Pac disrespected him after the set, and just loud, and got all these gangsters and thugs around. And man, it was just not the atmosphere Dre wanted. Dre was like, this ain't what I want, man. This is crazy. You know, this whole scene now is just overly thugged out. And now Suge is hiring the talent. He's just hiring people without telling people. All right, that's it. I'm out. Like, he the one hired DJ Quick. He hired Pac. You know, he was starting to hire the talent, which was supposed to be Dre's responsibility. All of that's supposed to fall on Dre. Now Suge's taking that away from him too. So now the only thing he has safe haven of is gone. It's like he's supposed to control the ship. Suge's just supposed to run the business. Now he's a star. You know, now he's doing interviews. He's taking poses and dipped out in red Kangos and red Bentleys. So now we got a problem. Now the executive producer is all in the videos. All on the magazines. When before nobody knew what he looked like. You'll just see executive producer Suge Knight in big bold letters on the out, on the back. That's all you could see. But hey, Death Row, I heard you getting treated like boot camp. Gotta follow your sergeant's directions. Get your ass popped with the Smith and Wesson. Now, don't forget, like the videos, man. Subscribe to this page. Like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to go to the Patreon, the Carceno for Life Patreon. We got the Biggie and Jay-Z beef. Yeah, you ain't know about that, did you? You ain't know about that. So, yeah, we got that going on. We got a whole lot of stuff kicking off over there this week. Told y'all to hold your head. We coming for you. Thank y'all for supporting the page. Welcome to HD, IITV, Jag Sports, Jose Rodriguez. Also, shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life, Armando Black TV, Angela Stanton King, Damn D, and we out.